This video is all about what we call stupid human trick number 6. It's this thing that so many of us do where we think we're doing the right thing, but it's actually a terrible idea. These stupid human tricks keep us poor, keep us sick, keep us alone, keep us from living our best life. Hi, my name is Brent Phillips. I am the founder and creator of the Awakening Dynamic System of Energy Healing and Higher Consciousness. And this is video number 6 of 8 in our series on stupid human tricks. Now, in case you haven't watched the others, I just want to say, I'm not calling you or any other people stupid, no. I'm calling the tricks stupid. So lots of amazing, intelligent, wonderful, successful people do these things, and it holds them back. Because after all, lots of really smart people do really dumb things, don't they? Of course they do. So let's put it out there. What exactly is stupid human trick number 6? It's this. Thinking that the only way you could possibly strike it rich or achieve your dreams or have the things you want in life is to somehow win a bunch of money in a lottery or maybe inherit it from some crazy rich uncle you don't know about. All right, that's a big one, huh? And so if this is you, that's okay. I really don't want you to feel judged or criticized. I'm just doing my best to turn on a light in a dark room. Let you see what's really going on. Because once you can tell the truth about where you are and where you want to be, that opens the door to getting there, now doesn't it? So I know many of you watching this don't know who the heck this Brent Phillips guy is and probably don't care. No worries, right? Long story short, I've had a lot of success in my life and also a lot more tragic, horrific failure. And so I've had points in my life where I had plenty of money and things were going great, and many other times when it was a disaster. I've been bankrupt, I've been divorced, I've been on the brink of homelessness. I've been so poor that I can barely afford to put even cheap food on the table. And during those really difficult times, it was very easy for me to escape into the fantasy of thinking, hey, maybe I'll win a bunch of money in the lottery. Maybe I have some crazy rich uncle that I don't know about that's going to die and leave me his estate, right? So here's why this is dangerous. When you believe that that's the only way you can get somewhere, you're going to shut off all the other opportunities. That's how life works. If you've been around this new age, law of attraction, energy healing world for a while, you may have heard the following teaching. Everything you say, everything you do, everything you think, the universe always says yes. Always. And so if you tell the universe, just by thinking it, the only way that I can make money, a lot of money, and live the life of my dreams, buy a Rolls Royce, get out of debt, own a beach house in Malibu, whatever it is. And so here's the danger. The more you think, the more you say that the only way for you to strike it rich, to live the life of your dreams, to be happy, is to maybe win money in a lottery or inherit it from someone or something like that. It's going to shut you down because the universe says yes. The universe says yes to everything. And the more you say it, the more the universe says yes, the more true it becomes for you. It sinks into the subconscious. And so, for example, let's say you're a struggling singer-songwriter and you love music, but you've been at it for years or decades, your career isn't going anywhere, you have a day job, and you think that's as good as it gets. You get upset, you get frustrated, and you start thinking, man, the only way I can make it is by winning the lottery. Here's the danger. The universe hears that and says yes. And the universe may go, well, we were about to have a chance meeting with a talent scout at a coffee shop that was going to lead to you being discovered and getting a recording contract and being a music star. But since you insist that the only way that you're going to make it is by winning the lottery or inheriting a bundle from your rich uncle or some other low probability event, well then, I guess that's off the table. And so you just blew your opportunity. Does that make sense? So every time you have a thought about that, it becomes stronger. It sinks into the subconscious. The more you believe the only way out is winning the lottery, the more that becomes your reality. You won't get the promotion. You won't get the job offer. And of course, this is not just about money. This is about everything. If you think that the only way you're going to meet someone is by being set up or by online dating or whatever, you've limited yourself, because the universe always says yes. So be at least a little careful with your thoughts and actions, because you don't want to be digging a hole. And you certainly don't want to be shutting off all these other incredible opportunities that the universe may bring to you. So I want to dig a little deeper into this. One of the reasons that this is so dangerous is simple. That every single one of us on the planet Earth, everything we do, at the moment we do it, we feel it is the proper thing. It's justified. It's right. And that's not inherently bad. That's kind of human nature. The trouble is, we're not always right. That's why I say, if you think your only way out of being poor is to win the lottery, you've just slammed the door on all the other options. If you think the only way you're going to meet someone is through some crazy coincidence, then you've shut off all the other options. I'm going to pick on doctors a little bit here. And so I've spent a lot of time with doctors on my journey. Oh my gosh. For those that don't know me, I was a pretty much superstar software engineer and game developer in the 90s, and my life was completely destroyed by a health crisis. And I went to a lot of doctors. And after years of physical therapy, I remember I got in to see the head doctor at the Curlin Job Physical Therapy Clinic. And this was a really big deal, because that's one of the top physical therapy clinics in the world, because they treat some of the best athletes in the world. Olympians, the Angels, the Dodgers, the Lakers, things like that, right? It's in Los Angeles. And after 3 years of physical therapy, I finally got in to see the head doctor. I only had 5 minutes. And I was so excited because I thought, wow, this guy will know what to do, right? And I'll never forget, I was so excited, I couldn't wait. After years of therapy, I was in so much pain, I couldn't work. My life was an absolute nightmare. And I walked in so eager. I'm like, okay, doctor, how are you going to fix me? How do we do this? And I remember he's sitting behind his table. He was kind of a Colonel Sanders looking guy. And he kind of spoke in this southern drawl. And he was just like, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Phillips, but I don't think there's anything I or any doctor can do for you. You're going to have to go on permanent disability because there's no chance you'll ever be able to work. And you're never going to be out of pain. And I was stunned. I was like, oh my God, right? And the last thing he said before I left his office was, son, is there someone that can take care of you until you die? And I was devastated. I went home. I got depressed. I started day drinking, using dangerous drugs, contemplating suicide. I really thought my life was over. But here's the thing. He was wrong. I recovered. I won't waste your time on it here. I got lots of other videos with my story and the journey, but it took years, resulting in a miracle that happened in my first session with an energy healer. And that's why I'm here today, right? Been doing energy healing full-time for over 20 years as I make this video. But he was wrong. And so what it comes down to is this. When most doctors say, this is impossible, what they really mean is, I don't know how to do that. You hear me? Good. So again, this is not just doctors, but doctors, many of them tend to be know-it-alls. They think that if they don't know how to do it, it's impossible. And this doctor had a huge title. He was well known, respected. He was an amazing doctor in many ways, absolutely. But he was wrong about me. Just because he didn't know how to do it did not make it impossible. And so that's the thing I want you to take away. And I'm going to give you a few more tips on how to get past this obstacle when it shows up in your life. But I do want to say, if you like this video, if you think it's kind of cool, hit like, hit subscribe, and please share with your friends. And that's important. Of course I'm a YouTuber. Of course I want more people to watch it, right? But the more you share valuable things that help you with others, the more you get lifted up too. There's an old teaching that if you want something in your life, go share it with other people. This is behind the practice of tithing. Many people tithe a portion of their income to a charity or a church or something like that because they know that for every dollar they give away for a good cause, $3 or $5 or $10 will come back to them. And so if you like this, click like, click subscribe. If you want to learn more about me, learn about my methods of subconscious clearing and some of the cool tech I've developed, maybe join me for a live webinar, click the links in the description. I think you'll think it's awesome. All right, so let's give you a little more advice to move you forward here. And so if you've watched video number 5 in this series, the message there was stop forcing the intermediate steps. And so this teaching on stop saying something is impossible except if you win the lottery, right, is kind of an extension of that. If you really wish to make a lot of money, the way to go about it is simple. Be open to all the possibilities. Maybe you'll win it in the lottery. I don't know that you won't. Maybe you're like me. I spent the first 32 years of my life being 100% convinced that I could only be a software engineer. Why? Writing code was really one of the only things I was ever good at. I didn't even think it was possible that I could switch careers or make money doing anything else, right? If you had asked me before I had my first miracle back in 2003, hey, Brent, how are you going to make money? I would have said, coding. Nothing else seemed possible to me. In fact, my first experience with a Vedic astrologer, his name was Chakrapani, amazing astrologer. If you've known about Chakrapani or worked with him, let me know in the chat room. Unfortunately, he passed away a few years ago. But I had scheduled an astrology reading with him before I got married to my first wife. And the purpose of the reading was to get some compatibility. We did the reading, we had the session, he told me about my then future wife. And at the end of the session, he said, Brent, we still have a few minutes. Is there anything else you'd like a reading on? And I said, yeah. When am I going to get out of pain? How am I going to get back to work? And he did his little thing with, the charts and the software and the intuitive reading, because intuition, my understanding, is a big part of a good astrologer. And he told me this. He said, Brent, in May of 2003, you're going to have an experience that will not only lead you to overcome your pain and get your health back, it will also give you a brand new career in healthcare. And my first thought was, this guy's an idiot. That's nonsense. There's no way. Because before my huge health crisis, I was one of the best software engineers in the world. I created an incredible revolutionary video game that most people thought was impossible. It's called Underlight. Look it up if you want to learn more. And so I had spent my whole life training to be a software engineer. It was honestly the only thing I had ever been good at. Didn't even seem possible that I could get a career in healthcare. I'm like, what? Am I going to become a doctor? Of course not, right? That seems impossible. Or a physical therapist? No way. Not that those are bad careers. It's just at my age with all my injuries and pain, it didn't seem possible. Never in a million years could I have imagined that I would become a professional healer. Wasn't even on my radar. And just so you know, Chakrapani was wrong. It didn't happen in May of 2003. It happened in June. So that's my little dig at Vedic astrology. He was off by a month. But that's the point. Whether it's love or money or health, don't box yourself in. Just because you don't understand how something can happen doesn't mean it can't. It's a pretty beautiful and liberating thing. So I hope you like this. I think it's awesome stuff. Again, if you want to learn more about me, get some of my programs, classes, check out the links in the description. Otherwise, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I like to say, I hope you find this video some combination of entertaining, transformational, and educational. And so until next time, please take care and namaste.